Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. The truth is getting old sucks, but we're doing it right.
And I'm drunk too.
Baby, for years you've been saying, why don't you write me a song? And I've been like, I don't know, cause I'm not inspired to write you a song. But last night I decided I wanna freaking do this. We've been together for so long, and you always ask me why I never wrote a song. All about you, about our love, and about how you're the only one I'm thinking of. I've been writing all night, and I got it just right. Here we go. You talk too much, you never shut up. Everything I do for you is never enough. You snore, you drool, you talk in your sleep. Won't get a night's rest until you're 6 feet deep. I promised you forever, but we both know we're never gonna get along. You want it, you got it. Here's your friggin' song. And all my homies have always said, what you doing with that girl? She's fucked up in the head. My mom don't like you, my dad don't too, and my brother says you look like the guy from Husker Du. I'm just keeping it real. This is just how I feel. Here we go. You talk too much, you never shut up. Everything I do for you is never enough. You snore, you drool, you talk in your sleep. Won't get a night's rest until you're 6 feet deep. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really bleeding. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under, but now it's your turn to face the fire.
Monday.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
And nobody likes it.
No.
Nobody.
No. It was not great.
I mean, it was a Monday.
It was a Monday, but there have been better Mondays.
Well, there's always a better Monday. Just
Not this one.
never the ones you ever have. When you have them, you're like, I remember. I don't.
That was that one Monday.
Yeah.
Now that I look back, it really wasn't that bad.
You almost forget that it's a Monday.
Yeah. That day that you think, oh, maybe
That's
that
what
was
sucks about
Was
it.
that a Tuesday?
Well, I was
No.
going to say, that's what sucks about it. So when you have a good Monday,
You don't think it's a
you
Monday.
forget it's Monday.
Yeah. Because
Okay?
you don't think about it.
But then come time when you have a crappy Monday, you never can remember the good Monday you had because you thought it was a Tuesday.
Yeah. You always think it's Tuesday.
It's always a Tuesday.
It's very true.
It's like it couldn't be a Monday. This is
Yeah.
going too well. I
Yeah.
must have slept or something.
Well, yeah.
Must have. I don't know what I missed, but I missed it.
Whatever it was, I blacked out for an entire 24 hours. It's not there. So
how was your Monday?
I had not fun.
I figured the way we were alluding
not
to
fun.
it. It was.
So last night, my wife gets a group text message.
Last night, Sunday night.
Last night, yeah, somewhere around like 2 a.m. ish.
Who the hell? Hold on.
Now, this same group has been trying to FaceTime call my wife for basically the entire weekend.
Why?
Well, let's just say that some people involved in this group happen to have gotten my wife's number because of my daughter.
Do I even want to know what group this might be?
Well, apparently it's a bunch of kids. Now, I want you,
me,
not them, you. I want you to see this. This is the text message that they were sending, like the group things that they were doing and sending.
Wow.
Yeah. Like that's what they were sending.
Wow. Okay.
So
okay.
I went Liam Neeson today.
I don't know who you are.
That's not even a joke. Actually, it was, I know who you are. Why? Because
I have your number here and I have it here.
No. See, there are a bunch of sites that you just have to pay $1 and you can use it for 7 days.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
I found them. I found them and I went to one of their houses because it was around the corner. And when I got there, it was a trailer with the door busted.
You're a jerk. You didn't even call me.
I didn't call. You were at work. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it. Anyway, they weren't there. They weren't there. So we can handle this later. You and me.
Okay.
We can handle. Anyway, so
I have an eye doctor appointment on Wednesday at 10. So if you want,
I'll make sure to.
If you want to knock it, we can start.
We can knock it after that
or before.
Ooh, I'll just go to work late.
Right.
Okay.
Then we'll handle that, and then I'll go to my appointment. You go to work, and then we'll meet up later.
The adults have to be there. So we got we have to get off a little, we have to get off around the same time and then come up and do the things.
No, I could do that too.
So anyway, I know some of those kids were not 12.
You can't just
in searching through the things. Obviously, like some of them were lying about their age. They were like, because my wife started responding back like, "Who the hell are you? Why are you sending this? What age are you?" Some of them were like, "Oh, I'm 35. I'm 18. I'm 22. Whatever." Okay.
35? Really?
Really? 35. 35.
Wow. Okay.
Mind you.
Okay.
And so I found these people, and I found their names. Some of them I called directly and leaving very nice messages on their answering machine.
I'm sure.
Like, "Hi, this message is for so-and-so, who's this age, was born at this date, lives at this address. I want you to understand that if you are the person that sent the messages, you just committed a federal offense. And if I ever see your number pop up on my on the phone line that you sent to these group texts to give her ever again,
so help me as God is my witness,
I will track you down." So there was that. And then they decided to have a couple hours ago, they decided that they were going to try and do another FaceTime.
They don't learn, do they?
They really don't learn. So it's a huge group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Only 4 people accepted, and I made sure that I was one of them.
Hi.
No. So that's the thing, right? So, how it went, I let them talk. I muted it, or not muted it. Actually, I didn't even mute it. I just turned off the camera and just set it there and let them talk. I heard them talk about my daughter because, her number was on the line. And so that confirmed that they knew her.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Going through a couple different things. And then when a lull hit where all of the morons decided to stop talking, then I went, "This is Iris's father.
Good afternoon. I have recorded everything. You're all dead."
And I just went on to let them know very succinctly that I know where you live. I already have your names. I already have your numbers. I already have your addresses. By the way, one of your addresses is this. And I listed it off.
I'm sure.
That person immediately jumped off.
I bet.
Didn't even stay.
I bet.
Anyway, so this continued on for another minute or so, and then there was only one person left on the call.
Mm-hmm.
This young man apparently was just one of the receivers.
He was just dumb enough to.
No, he was one of the recipients of the group. He was trying to let me know that he was not involved in the sending of the messages. I was like, I don't care.
Doesn't matter. You're still here, dude.
What I need you to do is I need you to, one, delete this phone and block it immediately.
Now.
And I need you to then tell everybody else that was on this chat to delete this number from their phone and block it.
If I get one more call.
Understand that I know who you are. I know where you are. And if you see my daughter on the street, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point in time, there will not be another.
Yeah.
Apparently some of these kids go to school with her.
Yeah, you think?
Or they did, because I will not let her. Yeah, I won't let her back in that school now. I don't care if she doesn't get into the school that I'm trying to push her to. She's not going there again. So anyway, let's just say
you've had a fun day today.
I've had a good, and my blood pressure is pretty high. If you notice, Dylan's drinking water.
We have no coffee
we don't have coffee because I've already gotten to the point to where I can feel my heartbeat.
Yeah, but we don't.
Which is not good for me because my family has high blood pressure issues.
Yeah, no, it does run rampant. In your,
of course,
in your
I've
genes,
been one of those people that have been pretty calm and collected throughout the. No.
Yeah, but
no,
we don't. So hold on. So we don't have. So Jameson is all gone?
Oh, no. Jameson,
that would have helped calm you down a little. No, it would have.
I mean, wife, can you bring the Jameson?
It would have tingled and you would have been like,
I need the Jamesons in the cups, please.
I think it would have helped you. I really do.
Maybe you're right.
I think it would have.
Wife, can you bring the Jameson
because
in the cups?
it would have.
You can just set it right next to Dylan.
It would have started to take the edge off and just kind of relax.
Oh, we can have it now that I've explained the situation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, we need cups. We need cups.
Sure you don't want to drink from the bottle?
No. We need cups. I'm not going to be only alcoholics drink from the bottle. That's what I said. Bottle. Only alcoholics drink from the bottle.
I ain't scared.
Didn't I just say that?
Don't leave me hanging.
Didn't I say only alcoholics drink from the bottle? That's not how we do things here.
Not when you're home.
This is. Well, when I'm home at my house, yeah, I don't care. But at the same point in time, this isn't what we do. Anyway,
so, here's to Monday.
Here's to Monday.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Sharing is caring.
Oh, my wife needs a shot.
And since you won't let her drink out of the bottle.
That's right. Please don't drink out of the bottle.
So there you go.
Okay. By the way,
that's how you do a show.
My oldest daughter is 11, so everybody that was on that call basically committed a crime.
Oh, yeah. No, and for sure. And that's, I don't know. It makes me giggle, actually.
Oh, I didn't. So that's the thing. I'm not stalking small children. Yeah. I made sure to get their parents' info.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because you kind of,
theoretically, whoever owns the phone.
Yeah, whoever's.
That's what I
and then all you have to do is be like, excuse me, here's a number that called my house at 3:00 in the morning.
Sending dick pics and
some very explicit
materials and dick pics to my wife's phone that they thought was for my daughter, who's 11.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Do you want to have a conversation, sir? I didn't think so.
Anyway, so the trailer, the screen door was a glass screen door and it was completely busted.
Oh, nice.
The back door, the door was basically open, and then the window was busted open, and there was trash sitting outside that looks like it had been sitting there for the last month. So,
good.
I'm guessing that's not a house that anybody actually lives in anymore.
Probably not. I mean, if they do, sounds bad.
Or somebody's dead.
That too.
Yeah.
Of course, after comments that you made today, it's probably not the smartest thing to hope for because.
Oh, they're
gonna think
I didn't touch anything.
Doesn't that well? But still, all they need is. Oh, it's a disgruntled human being having called that number attached to that house.
Yeah, whatever.
Do we know how that goes? It's born at night, not last night. So there you
15 minutes into Monday, and we're already 2 fingers deep. Yeah. Yep.
That's kind of how we go.
Well, sometimes, man. Fridays are one thing where you take a shot before the show.
This is the day you do it after.
You do it during.
Tech Room over on Twitter.
during.
Also, I'll trade Wednesday's eye doctor for a Thursday colonoscopy. Jesus.
First off, no. Secondly, I'm gonna have to do that in about 3 years.
I
don't-
need to.
No. I've been told by
No, I know.
everybody in my family because my dad's issues. I've been told. Like,
No, I
yeah,
know.
that's probably genetic. So
No, I know. I need to do it anyway, just because I've hit the big 4-0. So I need to.
yeah, I've been told I have to
haven't
do it
been to-
earlier because of polyp growth potentially.
No good.
Like, yay! Thanks for letting me know that. That's totes my good. So I need to get insurance.
No, we need to get with MedShare and
Medishare, yeah.
MedShare and
Yeah. Get with our wonderful Share Healthcares.
Share Healthcares. That was the name I was
That's the one
looking
you're looking
for.
for. Yeah, we need the Share Healthcares to make sure that we go. But that's fine. We'll get there and do all that.
So there you go.
Anyway, on completely related notes, British high school art teacher was fired after allowing female students to pose topless for an art project.
It almost is like today in this story, just kind of dovetail,
Yeah, it's kind of
Coincide.
We're
They
just kind of
go
hand in hand here.
hand in hand.
However, the teacher has defended her actions.
How?
And said that the class was done in the name of art.
I don't think that argument will hold up in court. I'm not a legal offense, I'm not a defense attorney. I'm not an expert on any of this, but I could pretty much assume that
This was art.
that excuse is not gonna jive.
Emma Wright, 41 years old, has been working as an art teacher at the Huxlow Science College in the Northamptonshire, England.
Oh, Northamptonshire.
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 Yeah, that one. Since 2004. In 2017, she permitted a lewd photo shoot to happen in her classroom. A probe of said shoot was launched in December of 2017 after her school head of design discovered one of the students' art portfolios contained topless photos. Investigators found that Wright had invited a photographer who specialized in suggestive poses to speak to her students. During the session, the school girls, some as young as 15, reportedly disrobed. See, the pictures, this is a quote, pictures showed teen girls posing only in their underwear
Right.
while holding cigarettes and booze containers with their hands, bottles or cans covering their naked breasts.
Yeah. So, sure.
Sure,
Because
that's art.
that's art.
Yeah, the investigation determined that there were photos of the teens posing with their hands inside of their underwear or in poses which, quote, simulated masturbation.
Okay.
The teacher regulatory agency ruled that the, quote, highly inappropriate class has not been in the best interest of safeguarding students.
You don't say.
It's not in the best.
I don't-
Not best.
Are you sure about
No,
that? But it's
not the
art,
best
though.
no,
But it's
sometimes
art.
sometimes art is dangerous.
But they weren't doing anything. They were just posing suggestive is the
Subjectively,
word.
Suggestive.
Suggestively.
all right.
They weren't doing anything
Yeah,
wrong.
simulating masturbation is not. That's,
No.
that's fine.
That's fine.
No problems, right?
I don't know why you're being so bent out of shape about that.
I mean, it's just 15-year-old girls doing it.
I mean, it's England.
They are pretty fond of marrying out children at 13.
Yeah. Yeah. James over Twitter, it's not child porn, it's art. That's really going to go over well.
I don't think that works very well. I don't think it works very well, guys.
Editor Johnson over Twitter, I'm at work, so I can only drink with you if I have a slug of water or carpet shampoo.
Well, have fun.
No, don't do that.
Carpet shampoo will work. You'll get the burps afterwards, though. I'm just saying.
It's blowing bubbles.
That's somebody else's fetish.
Depends on where and how you're blowing the
It's
bubbles.
true. Generally, it's bubbles out the butt is what I've heard.
Gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Why? At least you'll be clean. You don't have to worry about anything.
And in completely related news to the other first two stories that we talked about.
Have you ever farted and it smelled like Mr. Bubble?
Nope. But I have farted in the bathtub.
I've done that too. Don't you hate it when it rolls up your back?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like do like it just kind of
Weird.
slowly rolls up and then.
No, the worst one is when it goes up the front.
Oh, I know.
Flip,
And you watch everything kind of shift for a second. Like a dinghy in the water, boy. It just kind of.
Hey, kid, stop playing with your dinghy. That's a boat reference, by the way, child.
Good Lord.
Jeez, what's wrong with you?
Small ship.
Yeah, it's a dinghy.
Small boat.
Yeah,
Usually holds 1 to 2 people.
maybe.
No,
That's a buoy.
that's a buoy. That's a completely different. That's a marker. That's a whole different.
Nothing.
You don't sail around on a buoy.
No, you can sail around in a dinghy
Yeah, you can't sail around
as
on
long
a
as
buoy.
it's small waves.
Well, but yeah,
Small waves.
yeah, you can't have
It's all about the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, the seas get too high and you can't.
Right. You'll drown.
You'll capsize.
So, a Hawaii teacher,
Hawaii.
shared child porn with fellow teachers and bragged about having sex with a 13-year-old boy during school lunches, according to federal prosecutors.
No, our kids are fine in public schools.
Well, it's just fine.
There's nothing going on. I mean, I don't understand. These are just isolated incidences that.
Alden Bunag was arrested on Wednesday by FBI agents at Oahu High School, where he worked as a summer school teacher.
Well, he did. He did
work there. It was no longer there.
Prior job.
Bunag was charged with distributing child pornographies.
That's it.
Well, he just claims to have had sex with the child.
Yeah, but
There's no proof.
But that's called a
He
confession.
He confessed. The Hawaii public school teachers reportedly sent more than 3,300 messages to another teacher in Philadelphia.
what?
Yeah, the Bunag sent 3,300 messages to another teacher in Pennsylvania, including in the messages were photos and videos of child porn, according to the federal court documents.
I have a question.
The teacher in Philadelphia was also arrested.
I have a question.
What?
I'm hoping that this student or this teacher in Philly got arrested too.
He did, yeah.
Okay, good.
In October, actually.
Good, because I
Yeah.
was going to say it's a little.
Probably the reason why they found him was because they arrested this guy in October.
Okay, no, I was going to say that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say 3,300 messages. After the first one, you should be reporting it to somebody, and if you're not,
then you're accepting it, and that's you. So
Yeah.
it's like what I did today.
Yeah.
You should make sure the initial backlash is quick.
yes, yeah, respond
Immediately,
and with fervor,
right? And a lot of it,
and then turn around and
and then be like, here's evidence.
yeah.
KHON-TV reported that, quote, the documents added that Bunag claimed to have sex with the boy at school during lunch breaks, described the boy as a former student, and he knew he was a minor at the time. Court records said that Bunag confessed to law enforcement that he recorded his sexual encounters with a 13-year-old who was a former student and sent the videos to the other through the Telegram Messenger app.
Okay. I mean, okay.
The outlet added that, quote, records said he also admitted to distributing videos, recordings, and of his sexual contact, admitted to distributing child pornography involving other minor victims.
Oh, that's amazing how people don't find this as a problem.
This is it's a small issue.
Nobody's like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tiny issue.
No, it's
Just a little one.
It's not a tiny issue. It's
a
a rather
little one.
large issue.
No. Come on. It's not that bad. It's just our children at stake.
Yeah, well.
You know, It's just our kids.
I mean, tomato, right?
Yeah. Oh, side note. So like my daughter was talking to the wife afterwards and like, I don't even pay attention to it. All the kids keep sending those pictures back and forth to each other anyway.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you don't have a phone. How would you know that?
Dun, 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 dun.
You don't have a phone.
Dun, 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 dun.
How would you know that they send those pictures back and forth?
Dun, 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 dun.
Because she looks at her friends' phones. Anyway, the Pearl City High School listed Alden Bunag as a teacher in a cached version of the school's website. So like the cache.
Yeah, no, I got it.
The storage, the backup, the history.
Storage.
But he's not listed as a teacher in the current listing of the staff.
He said staff.
Yeah, I did. The former student told Hawaii News Now, quote, "It's absolutely disgusting, to be honest, though. I wouldn't put it past him just because he was an odd guy."
Wow. That's not good.
No, it's really not. When the kids are like, yeah.
If you ever gonna get
it's probably that guy.
You get accused of something and everybody's like, no, I can see that.
Yeah, that's probably right.
That's a bad thing.
It's you actually represent
That's
that.
a bad thing.
That's not good for you.
No.
Or your public image. No. Another former student said definitely was very friendly with all the kids, especially the male students.
Well, you gotta make
Former student added that Bunag offered to take senior portraits for the students free of charge.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, yeah.
So it's free.
Uh-huh.
Except for,
The back charges.
Right.
Right.
I smell Mr. Bubble. I do. I suddenly got a whiff of something clean.
Like cleaning stuff. Cleaning agent.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I smell the cleaning agent. What are we spraying in there?
Someone farted. That's what it was.
That's what it is. That's probably it. You're right.
It's a quick dusting.
It's just a small
You
smattering.
gotta get rid of the smog. It's a bad thing to let linger. It permeates into the paint and
If you're like me and or Dylan, and you happen to have need for, I don't know, medical care, and you don't have the money to pay for it, but you kind of need some sort of insurance, why don't you go check out ShareHealthcare.com? It's ShareHealthcare.com. When you enroll, use a promo code Defenders. That'll tell them that we sent you.
Yeah.
But it's not insurance.
No.
But we do help share everybody's healthcare.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I wouldn't dare to say I miss you 'cause the words would hurt too loud. But if you walk right through
This is Defenders Live.
Yeah, tell you what, man. So I'm sure everybody's seen this, right? Like, you can't. You couldn't miss it.
Sad.
It's just.
This is sad. Why are?
Adam W. Johnson. Not to downplay a Stephen Harris situation, but the most painful takeaway for me is over this is one of my granddaughters is older than his daughter.
Wow, you're a douche.
Adam, I'm not quite 35 yet, so
You're a jerk.
Oh wait, no, I am 35. I'm gonna be 36. You know, that happens all the time.
It does.
It happens all the time to me now.
You get old and
I'm
you
not even
forget.
remembering my age anymore. I don't even care. It's the problem.
Yeah, I don't either. Nobody else cares about your birthday. Why should you?
Why should I? I think we talked about this the other
We
day.
have had this conversation.
It's not a thing.
More than once we've had this
Yeah,
conversation.
so
It's just like,
I'm I'm gonna be 36 this year. I don't care.
0 F's given.
But at the same point in time, dude, like, I know that you're not in your 30s, so
right.
at least you're not in your 30s and have a granddaughter my age. I mean, there are people that are like that,
Yeah. Oh, that's
or my daughter's age.
that's true. My brother. Well, I was gonna say my brother is like that, but he's not. He's a grandpa and he's in his 30s.
But the baby's like baby.
Yeah, like a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the furthest down you can go is like 15-year gap.
Normally.
Right.
Unless
generally.
it's,
Some weird situation.
some
where
weird,
like early puberty and all the rest of it hits.
Well, no, I was gonna say it's the other side of it. It's the, you get married to somebody who has children prior. And,
Oh, right. But I'm saying like, they're not you're not. They're
not your
yours.
children. You just
They're not yours.
adopted.
I'm saying if you're going by yours genetic line,
Oh yeah, no, then you're
about 15-year gaps.
give or take,
Right.
give or take.
Right.
Unless you're
Like you could be 45.
unless you're apparently in Hawaii or
Right. You could be
Pennsylvania.
45 and have a kid that's like 10.
yeah.
Have a
It,
grandkid that's 10.
it occurred to me that both the other two dudes we're working with could technically be one of my children.
The age.
Age thing.
I
yeah.
know.
They could be
You
my
could potentially,
children,
yeah.
which is what pisses me off about them even more. It's like,
Like beat him in the face.
what the hell is wrong with you?
enough for me to whoop you. Anyway,
I don't like you now.
so I'm sure everybody's seen this because this happened here. Oh, look. There's O'Biden riding a bicycle. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, he stopped and poof. He couldn't handle himself on a... Just couldn't do it. Couldn't handle stopping.
Tell me why this is not like elderly abuse.
Elder abuse?
How is this not elder abuse?
What,
did
taking-
he not just post a thing?
Taking the video of it? Or
No, did he not
I guess
just-
mocking him for it.
No, the mocking. I mean, you
We're going to mock him for it.
play
anyway.
stupid games, you win
with
stupid prizes,
right? And if you don't know how to get your foot off the pedal of a bike so you can plant it properly when you're 79,
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like they're doing this on purpose. They're trying to get him out there so they can be like, no, see, his faculties are fine. He's doing fine.
He's just
a normal guy. And every time he gets out there to do something like this happens.
this is literally beating him. It's making a better argument for us to get rid of him faster. Every single time.
This is not. I mean,
which I'm okay with,
I'm
honestly.
okay with it. I mean, we can poke fun at it all we
I don't want
to.
Kamala Harris as president, mind you.
No, I don't either. But I mean, we could poke fun at it and everything else. Oh, look, he fell over and blah 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 blah. But if you really take a moment and stop and think about it, there's nothing about it that's really funny.
No, this is the truth.
This is sad.
This is the person that's supposed to represent our country.
Who's supposed to be standing strong in
He's
front
supposed
of
to be
other
the figurehead.
Right, in front of other nations. He is supposed to be the guy to instill confidence and fear and all of this other stuff.
Whatever else.
And there's video of him
Respect.
now falling upstairs and falling off a bike.
After it's stopped.
A stopped bike.
Yeah. A completely stopped bike.
This is almost as bad as my I got hit by a parked car story. The difference is I was in my 20s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like mine was just me trying to be Billy Badass and didn't get out of the way fast
And
enough.
got stupid.
Not a 70-something-year-old man, almost an 80-year-old man who stops on a bike and goes, "Oh shit," and falls over.
Right.
Because that's what happened.
Didn't even finish. Just fell.
Tegra over on Twitter. He didn't fall over. He was the only one left staying after the earth flipped 90 degrees.
Right. Oh, sorry. The earth capsized.
It capsized. It
My
did.
fault.
It rolled over, and next thing you know, this is just, it's sad.
I don't even want to make fun of it. It's just, it's there.
It's embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. The first time I saw it, I laughed. I did. I
Right.
laughed.
Yeah,
I watched it like 3 times and laughed.
Yeah.
And then it set in.
That's embarrassing.
It's not just embarrassing for him. It's not just embarrassing for us. This is abuse.
Yeah. This is real elder abuse.
This is what happens when, again,
This is a party utilizing everything they can to
Right.
try and make a better image for themselves.
Right.
And they pick the only person, the one person that they can't use, and throw him out there.
Right. I mean, this is what happens when politics come in. They literally don't care that they are destroying a human being. Joe Biden should be chilling at his house.
In his basement.
Not even in his I don't care where he's at. He should be retired. The man should be living out his golden years.
Making bukus of dollars while his
sitting
son
there.
mooches off of a bunch of different companies.
Well, you were
and-
right
and
about the munching
munching
part,
as
but
well.
that's
Yeah,
a different.
munching and mooching off of a bunch of different companies just because his dad has a big name.
Right. Like that's where we're at. And no, he falls upstairs. He falls off of parked bikes.
Alone and in pairs.
Right.
He doesn't make a slinkety sound though.
Go, sleep, go. Okay. No, I just
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
But this is what I'm saying. You know, we're this is stuff is allowed to happen. And the worst part is politics is what keeps him there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The left is so hell bent on, oh no, he's perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect. They don't give a damn what they do to him physically.
Yeah.
Or possibly mentally.
Right.
To keep him there. And the right is so like, oh, look, we're going to laugh at him for it. Dude,
This guy is literally dying.
You're supposed to care about people.
He's dying, dude.
Like, you guys are just all upset. Oh, well, it's the other side, so we can do it. No, that's not right.
That's not how it works.
You jackasses. Anyway.
That's not what's supposed to be doing here.
I can't with these stupid peoples.
Any
Any, miny, mum. CNN commentator Van Jones ripped into the Democratic Party over the quote-unquote weird speech that elites are adopting and driving away regular working class Americans.
peanut gallery.
No, he's talking to you. Jones made the comment on Friday while discussing the worsening polls for Democrats and President Joe Biden ahead of the pivotal midterm elections in the Novembers. Quote, "We're becoming a party of the very high and the very low," end quote.
I wonder what he means by that.
Well, they're all stoned and it's
Also very dumb.
dumb. Quote, "If you could pull out the working class, you got people who are very well educated and very well off.
True.
Those people talk funny. Latinx? I've never met a Latinx. I've never met a BIPOC." He continued that, referring to the transgender approved euphemism of Latino and the acronym that Black, Indigenous, and people of color.
So if you're a Democrat out there, which I know nobody's listening that's a Democrat, it's whatever. Send this to your Democrat friends.
Yeah, this is ground changing.
This I need you to like copy anybody out there that has Democratic friends. Take the next 2 minutes ish. Okay,
Yeah, we'll wait.
We'll wait. Take the
wait.
next 2 minutes. Record this section or mark down the time and go back to the replay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll wait.
If Van Jones does not believe what you are spitting out and you are a Democrat, you are wrong.
Yeah, you are definitely doing it.
You're doing it wrong. Van Jones, the mouthpiece of the Democratic Party for years in the media, is literally telling you that you are stupid for trying to change the language.
Yeah, to fit
to fit a narrative.
A narrative.
And I mean you, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah. A narrative that, by the way, the people that you're pandering to
Don't want,
don't accept, don't appreciate.
right. If Van Jones is trying to correct you as a Democrat toward another Democrat, you are obviously too far gone.
Your days are gone.
Okay, continue on. Sorry. You guys can stop recording now. It's fine.
Quote, I never met all this weird stuff that these highly educated people say. It's bizarre. Nobody talks that way at the barbershop, the nail salon, the grocery store, the community store, but that's how we talk now, so that's weird.
Right. It's called Newspeak, buddy.
And then
It's
the
what
people,
the left wants.
continuing, and then the people who are very down on the economic ladder need a bunch of stuff. You wind up overpromising, oh, we got to give you reparations to people at the bottom of the economic ladder, talking weird to appeal to people at the top of the economic ladder. And the working class walks away from you. That's the danger we're facing.
He's not wrong.
Nope.
He is absolutely correct.
Yep.
They are literally avoiding the middle class people, which in today's society, 90% of the people are middle class.
Yep.
The middle to lower class is where everybody is. There's a 10%. There is a 10% of people that are much higher up, but there's this weird barrier that the left has actually put into place in our economic system.
Yeah.
That if you can't pass a certain barrier, then you're stuck. You're stuck below the line. You're stuck below that setup. You're stuck in that working class set.
Yep.
No matter how much you make financially, if you don't get to a certain point in your stature,
In your pivotal location.
anything, you have to be grandiose.
Not grandiose.
Yes, you have to have your name out there to the point to where nobody can dispute you.
I know.
You have to be too big to fail for nothing to hurt you in today's society.
Yeah. And that's almost impossible to do
If you start from the ground up.
if you start from the ground up.
Right.
It's incredible. One recent poll found that only 2% of Hispanics refer to themselves as Latinx.
Right.
Well,
And
another poll found that 40% of Hispanics found the gender-neutral term offensive.
because it's destroying their entire language.
30% of Hispanics said that they are less likely to vote for a politician that uses the term.
And there's your base.
Hispanics losing interest in the Democratic Party is just one of the problems. Biden has hit historical low approval rates as the country continues to suffer economic consequences of the lockdown from the pandemic and high inflation caused by the massive spending pushed by the left.
So once again, I'm going to repeat myself. If Van Jones has to come out
And tell you you're
and
doing
tell
wrong.
you you're doing it wrong as a Democrat,
Probably
you're doing it. No, it's not
wrong.
even. You're definitely doing it wrong.
Yeah. I would reevaluate my life choices at that moment.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not a Democrat, so I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. It's just,
It's not for me. This is a message to all Democrats.
right.
If you're a Democrat and you're stupid enough to believe that you can get away with changing speech that nobody likes,
Then knock yourself out.
adding acronyms that nobody cares about,
Yeah. Nobody else. We're not.
and then giving money to the poor, calling it reparations while trying to hurt the middle class, which is basically the same people that vote for you all the time,
yeah.
you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead in the water. And guess what? You're not going to hear this, so you're still going to be dead in the water come the election time.
And then you're going to be upset because you can't understand why.
And then you're going to claim that it's an insurrection
right. Yeah.
because you know right from wrong, but you don't.
No, the problem with it is people. I know this goes for both sides, but
Yeah, it does.
but people don't listen when their own people tell them that they're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then when everything hits the fan, all they hear is what the other side says. Oh, it's an insurrection. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that.
It's that, is this, is that, is
Nope. Nope.
It's not what it is, man. It's not what it is. It's not an insurrection. It's not this. It's not that. It's not the stupid that's involved in all of this.
It is the stupid, but it's just the wrong stupid.
Right.
So
What we're talking about is you being stupid
You so stupid.
You so stupid.
Yeah.
You don't understand because once again, it came back to that theory. You know, somebody so smart,
Yeah.
they're dumb.
You literally cannot see the forest through the trees.
Right. You are so focused on the bark.
Right. And not
You
so
can't
much about
even
the
see
bite.
the tree.
Yeah. Not so much the bite, but definitely the bark.
Right. That's because that's all you have. So,
Anyway.
you remember the Leah Thomas things?
Oh, yeah. I loved
the
her in
stuff-
Back to the Future.
No, not that one.
Oh,
Not that
it's
one.
a different one?
Different Leah Thomas. Yeah.
Oh.
The one that's a guy.
Oh. Yeah, the swimmer.
Yeah, the swimmer dude
Yeah.
that wears a leotard while he swims.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I was going to play the Beach Boys during the break. Now I really want to play them now.
Don't because
Come on.
no, don't because we're putting this is recorded and all the rest of it.
I
We
know,
wanna make
but
sure.
it's funny.
No, we can't do that
I can.
during the break. During the break is fine. The break is fine. So
Whatever.
yeah, well,
Party pooper. You never let me do nothing.
that's not true. It's not true at all.
Hate you. You're always trying to ruin my life.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
was my daughter earlier.
I was.
Good replay.
You're welcome. It's almost like I was here.
Right.
Just missed it all. Anyway.
She's over in the corner like, what?
Weirdo.
Yeah, that's my kid. That's it.
Congratulations.
I know. You're welcome.
I can't say anything. Just jacked up.
Right. Anywho, yeah. So, you know, this is the transgender swimmer. Smashed all the women's records for the year.
Hold on. Is
Destroyed them.
I'm sorry, but saying transgendered and then referring to someone as transgendered and then smashing in the same sentence
Yeah.
just sounds really weird to me.
You know the guy that competed in women's sports and beat every single woman out there.
Still
Yeah, in swimming specifically,
weird.
he will now be banned from competitive swimming against biological women
Good.
in any international event after the World Swimming Governing Body announced on Sunday that it is barring transgender athletes who have gone through male puberty.
Good.
FINA, the International Sports Federation for Swimming, announced on Sunday that it is changing its policies so that transgender women can only compete in the organization's women's races if they've completed their full transition by the age of 12.
Oh,
That's before any signs of puberty happens.
that is fantastic.
No, it's well. First off,
No. I mean, it
Yes.
obviously depends on which side you're on. For like that's fantastic though. For this side of everything,
before the age of puberty,
right?
right?
Which I mean, obviously, if your child transitions before puberty age, you're
Child abuse. And
you're
we need to have
you're a
conversations
villain,
here.
and no conversation. You're a villain, and you need to be dealt with accordingly.
Right.
Having said that, though,
Great.
From everything on this side, that is fantastic.
Yes, they will then have to prove to the Federation that they have continuously suppressed their testosterone levels since their age of 12 or since the time of transition. To accommodate the transgender athletes, though, FINA is setting up an open category of swimming for transgender athletes to compete against one another.
Okay.
So it's just transgender peoples
Okay.
at events including the World Aquatics Championship and the World's Swimming Championship, as well as the World Swimming World Cup. So now you have three categories. You have the open, which anybody can go into,
Yeah.
but mainly set up for transgender peoples.
Yeah.
And then you have the men's and women's.
Yeah. Which is
So you've made a third category. This was one of the options.
yeah. We talked.
We've
about
talked about this. You've made a third category in your sport. Okay. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You don't have to worry about it. You made a third category. There's no longer going to be any things. Now strip all of those titles from that guy
Right.
because he doesn't deserve them.
Right. That's how it should go.
A working group will spend the next 6 months to determine how the open category will operate. Quote, we have to protect the rights of our athletes to compete, but we also have to protect competitive fairness at the events, especially in the women's category at the FINA competitions. That came from the FINA president, Hussein Al-Musallam.
Okay.
But
But
such policies would prevent Leah Thomas from competing in international events that would raise her standing in international swimming and potentially land her in the Olympics, which not going to get because you're not good enough.
you mean his standing?
Yeah, his standing. He's not good enough. He's not good enough because he was top 200 in the men's division.
Yeah. Which sucks.
Top
but,
200.
I mean,
in
I
the
can't
men's
say
division.
anything because I can't do that.
I haven't trained.
But I'm lucky to dog paddle at this point.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm also short, so it makes it harder for me to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm fat, so I'm buoyant.
Right, so you just float.
I float.
I can swim, but at the
I'm
same
a hell of
time,
a floater. I mean, I can swim too.
I'm
but
not competitive at that.
I didn't
nature,
used
so-
to be. I used to be very competitive. Like I never got into actual competitions, but I used to race people. I love swimming.
Yeah, I've never been that competitive when it came to swimming. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so they're splitting it up. That's good.
Yep. He said that in recent interviews that he would like to compete in the Olympics in the future.
Yeah, well, dream on.
Yeah, go into the males division and actually win. That's the best I got for you.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it ain't gonna happen. Anyway.
No gold medal for you anymore.
Elite swimming is the first sport to ban transgender athletes from women's races. Even if they went through the male puberties, the International Sports Federation for Swimming announced on Sunday.
It's because they made they have been making the biggest noise. Honestly, I think was it MMA?
No, it definitely
What was
wasn't MMA.
No, it was MMA with the guy.
Oh, with the guy that was beating the mess,
literally
was
almost killing
destroying-
women. Yeah.
fracturing all their faces
Right.
and crap. Yeah,
He was like they were about to do something.
that was an MMA thing. Yeah,
yeah, they were about to address it there, and then
they stopped.
they kind of went, oh well, we'll wait, and it kind
He
of
just
dropped away
vanished
for a moment.
He vanished off the face of the earth for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you're a man, like a man, up until the age of like 35, and then you decide that you're going to start taking hormones and go to the women's section, and you just literally crush the face of your competition.
It is, ma'am.
No, at that point, it is not. It is gorilla.
An orangutan.
I are baboon. That's you, bud.
And weasel.
I am weasel.
I are baboon.
See, that makes so
I
much
love
sense.
it. I love that part of it. It's the dumbest show ever. And
It's
yet
like
it
two
was
stupid dogs. It's the same thing,
It
man.
was so fantastic.
So great.
Cow and chicken.
Dog and dog cat.
Or
Cat and dog.
Cat dog.
Cat dog. Yeah, cat dog.
That was a good one too.
What always got me with cat dog is
Who put where? Which
where'd the
one?
poop go?
Yeah, where'd the poop
Where'd
go?
the poop go?
Is there like a little space in between them, like their belly button?
I'm thinking it
and
was the
just-
dog because he always eats it anyway. Dogs always eat it anyway, so it had to be, right?
Impossible.
There's not a space in between because they were just a cylinder.
Maybe, but then again, cats are more prone to throw up with the hairballs and all. So maybe it would come
Maybe
out
both
with
sides.
it.
It's
and
both
then-
sides. It went both
probably,
ways.
Yeah.
Both ways, anyway. Decision to ban the transgender athletes from FINA event was made during the Federation's extraordinary General Congress as the World Championship takes place in the Budapests.
Budapest.
Yes, members of the organization heard from the Transgender Task Force comprising of leading medics, legal and medical figures, which first convened to discuss the issues of the International Olympic Committee, urged individual sports federations to create guidances on the transgender athletes' since November.
They should have. They should have been doing this from the beginning. 'Cause
From the
again,
very beginning. The moment that it came out that this guy was going to do this, they should have been pushing for this.
They should have. Because again, like I don't.
You need rules.
It's obviously not fair for someone who was a guy to now say he's a girl to go up against women's competition. It's not fair.
Not fair.
It's not fair.
Right.
Just like it's not fair to have a woman who transitions into a man and then try to compete. It's not.
It's not fair for her.
It's not fair for her. Now,
She can do it. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, it's,
More.
but
Go
it's
ahead.
still not fair. No.
You're going to get hurt.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Right.
You want to turn around and have a section, a division, a whatever that purely comes right out the gate and is like, hey, here we are. We're going to let these guys hang out and do this. Then cool.
And if you want to join in and hang out, we're cool too.
Yeah, and maybe make that division
A mixed spar session or whatever.
Well, I was going to say, like, it would be, it's for if, you've transgendered and this, that, and the third.
Right.
But also have it set up to where if you as a biologically, a heterosexual male or whatever, or female choose to want to be in that group, then you can.
Yeah, if you choose to want to compete against, other genders because you think you can take them or whatever, and vice versa, or you think you can't take your main gender or whatnot,
Right.
then fine. That's whatever. They could be like with the swimming. They said it was going to be an open thing. To me, that means that it's going to be open to both genders, no matter what, because it's going to be whatever it is.
Right.
And both biological sexes, no matter what.
Right.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
That seems fine to me, right?
But keep the cross sections out.
Right. No cross threading here. You can't cross the streams.
No.
We can't cross the streams. You can't.
It doesn't do well.
No, it doesn't. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Or anyone.
No, people are going to get hurt. And at this point, the biggest problem was the female swimmers were literally getting trounced upon by a guy in a leotard.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's not great for their self-esteem.
Yeah, I wouldn't be thrilled about it personally. That's
Right.
just me. I'm not, And I like my face.
Right.
I like what I got, and I'm good with it. I don't want it ruined by somebody else,
Exactly.
So there you go.
yeah, that's what it is.
Good on them.
Right. I'm glad that they did it. I'm glad they finally put a rule in place. All of this stuff has happened over the weekend. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Monday is over.
for most of you. For some of you, go to our website, doashow.com.
Actually, for all of you.
For all of you, go there to our website. But for some of you, you can go and we have a whole nother hour for you because you are Defenders with us.
Yeah.
For anybody who isn't, you can join. It's $5 a month, $50 a year, one or the other. It depends on what you want to do. You get a shirt
And a whole extra hour.
and a whole
that no
extra
one else
hour.
gets.
That's right. That only you can decide.
Only Defenders, not just you. 'Cause
Yeah,
now
you
we-
and other Defenders.
Right. There we
Right.
go. I want to make
That's
sure
good.
that the legal side of
Yes.
that's clear because I don't
Right.
need a lawsuit.
So there's that. But everybody else, yeah, it's been a Monday. So we'll see you then.
Y'all have fun.
Life is a near-death experience. And hell is right here on this great big earth. It could be a little taste of heaven if we only knew our word. All we got to do is want it bad enough. we don't believe in ourselves, nobody's gonna do it. If we don't push ourselves, we'll never make it through it. All you gotta do is want it bad enough. All you got to do is want it bad enough. All you got to do is want it bad enough. You might be surprised. Life is a near-death experience. Hell is right here on this great big earth. And it could be a little taste of heaven if we only do our work. But all we gotta do is want it bad enough to. You might be surprised.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to you guys.
Hola. Bienvenido todo.
Sure. All those things.
¿Cómo está usted?
What?
Sit down. Take it off. Relax a little bit.
Okay. Let's back it off there, Jorge.
My name is Jorge. It is after dark.
Oh, speaking of,
Spinning the ones.
you know,
and
when
the
I talked
twos.
about, I talked about the other day how the Democrats are, they've been targeting a specific like Spanish market, all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, story came out saying that the administration has actually been putting a ton of money into targeting specifically the Hispanic audience.
You don't say.
I do say
I'll
it's
be
weird how
damned.
that I just like
Isn't that weird?
weird.
It's
That's like a untapped market in America.
no, it's,
No, it's really not.
no, it's not.
No,
Just-
they've been tapped by the Democrats for quite a while.
and none of them are happy for it either.
No, they really aren't.
That's the bad part.
None of them are better off.
They're all grumpy.
Right. So
They're like, I don't like this.
they just roll over and it's like, that was not good.
Was it good for you? No,
No.
it wasn't.
No.
Please stop.
It's next time.
Stay away.
Stay away from me.
Just
I don't want to.
leave me alone.
So Democratic strategist James Carville
Oh,
coined the phrase, "It's the economy, stupid."
really?
Yeah.
It's the economy, stupid.
Exclamation.
Oh, So it's the economy. Stupid.
Right.
Got it.
If the expression holds true, Democrats are in for a walloping.
A walloping?
It's November. That is because, as NBC News reports over the weekend, the voters, demographic groups that Democrats win in 2020 are being mostly negatively impacted by the ongoing inflation crisis.
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah, those areas that the Democrats won last election, they're being hurt worse than everybody else, apparently.
It's almost like their attempt to help the middle class is killing the middle class.
It's like it was a planned failure.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Kind of forcing people into one set or another.
Right. You either literally make $1 million or you go into poverty.
And live in a tent and somewhere downtown alive.
Alive.
That's what you could do.
Yeah. You could and make money. Inflation has been cited as the top concern by voters across the board, but economists and pollsters say it isn't affecting all Americans in the same way.
Hold on. Yeah. That's not true.
It's not affecting all in the same way.
No, we're all being raped.
Yeah.
Just as equal.
Those with lower incomes, the blacks and Hispanics, and those under 40, under the age of 40, are being hit particularly hard, given they tend to spend a greater share of their income on food, fuel, and housing.
Hold on just a second. Lower income, blacks and Hispanics.
Those with lower incomes, black, Hispanic, and 40-year-olds.
How low? Because here's the thing. A lot of the blacks are on, and Hispanics too, on Hispanics too. But a lot of both of them, once you hit a certain point, you're on food stamps. You're in subsidized housing.
No, until you hit a certain point.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And of the Hispanic community especially, like most of those guys have gotten around it. What they'll do is they get a bunch of their family together. They all live in one giant cramped place.
But they claim different houses.
Right. And then they are able to collect, and they Danny Gans and cheat the system and whatever.
Right.
Okay. But still, the black community especially is all about being in the ghetto there, in the projects. They
once again gathered together in the poorest areas where they're easily contained.
Right.
Yes.
And you're going to tell me that they spend most of their money on food, fueling, and housing. No, I don't believe that. Because
food, maybe.
Well, no. The only reason I say that is because it's still being subsidized either through WIC or through food stamps.
That's very true. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that when they go to pay for it, it's not costing them more than what it normally would. That is true, but that's hitting everybody. You can't say that it doesn't affect everyone the same way then.
Right.
Anyway.
For Democrats, those demographic groups are the ones that they need the most to turn out in the Novembers.
Yeah.
Or else they're going to lose.
Not going to happen. Well,
they're going to lose.
I feel they're going to lose anyway.
But then again, we might be wrong. They somehow got Joe Biden into office. The working and middle classes, of course, are most impacted by inflation, which decrease the purchasing power of every single dollar, but they generally have less discretionary income, thus making them more susceptible to the rising costs at the gas pump and the grocery stores.
I mean, I get what they're saying. And
yes.
Okay.
I mean, technically, yes. Stephanie Lane, a mother of 4 from Pennsylvania, told NBC News just how bad the inflation crisis for her family was. She said, quote, "It makes what I used to get for $40 turn into $50 or $60. And then on top of that, top it off in the gas, going from filling my tank for $60 now being $100 just to fill my tank."
Yeah.
Continuing on saying that it's a daily struggle.
Oh, it is.
She added that the past few months, inflation really just pushed us over the edge.
Sorry, I just had Eiffel 65 running through my head now.
Okay, you good? Are you fine?
And we'll be in a minute.
All right.
I may have to play the song just to get it.
Jeff Horowitz, a Democratic pollster, agreed with the outlook as being dim for Democrats. Quote, "Particularly for voters that are critical to Democrats doing well in November. Young voters, African Americans, Hispanics. These are the voters who are feeling more pain than other voters. And they're looking for real solutions.
Yep.
What's been the through line is economic concerns. And Democrats have tried to address those concerns.
Yeah, to no avail.
But what voters are saying is that it's definitely not far enough.
No, they don't do anything. It's just a fact of life.
Yep. A new INI TIP poll showed on Monday that a majority of American adults, 64% of them, believe that President Joe Biden is responsible in some way for the inflation crisis. With Biden, with his approval ratings tank anyway, but I mean,
but that's a reasonable.
It's a reasonable thought process when he closed everything down.
Yeah, in more than one way.
Shut it all down.
Right.
Make it possible for you done did it, son.
It's your fault. You did it, you jerk.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There it is.
It's all on you, pal.
Oh gosh, I'll tell you what.
What?
I'm actually torn. Which one do we do? This one or this one? This one?
Let's do that one.
That one?
Yeah, let's do
all right.
that one.
Okay. All right.
So, a giant afro hair pick with a clenched Black Power fist was unveiled in New Orleans on Friday for celebration of Juneteenth.
You hear the lack of button because there is no joke.
Yeah, this sad but true. This is not a joke. This is very, very, very true.
Well, hold on. Before we get just for people out there, you know,
like this is not a mistake.
Yeah, if you're watching on the screens, here's what we're talking about.
It literally is a
giant
hair pick.
Afro pick, specifically Afro pick.
Yeah, with the black hand, the black fist,
right,
as the end
of it for the handle. That's because gotta have a large fist.
Because nothing says pandering
like a giant black fist on a
hot summer day.
All right.
The 28-foot tall hair pick,
Jesus,
weighed 7,000 pounds.
Yeah,
and is titled "All Power to All People."
Then why'd you choose a freaking black Afro hair pick?
Because whites can have a fro too.
No, they can't. They can have a jerry curl.
Some can have a fro. My brother could. Honest to God, the way his hair's as curly and as thick as it is, if he wasn't a pastor, he could
He could do the fros.
He probably could do a fro. He probably could get at least something. It may not be 70s shaft type fro, but he could still do something. I'm sure.
I mean, the moment it gets long enough, it's going to get too heavy.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're just saying that he can have a small mat of curly hair.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Whatever.
The closest we can get is Jerry curl. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, maybe. That's what I'm saying. But anyway,
because that's what it takes.
New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell, a Democrat, touted the hair pick statue as breathtaking on Twitter.
Definitely takes your breath away.
Especially when it pulls your hair.
Right. Yeah, it's 7,000 pounds. Just,
Oh, dear God. I don't know why that made me laugh like it did all of a sudden, but it did.
Yeah.
That was funny. Quote, as Juneteenth.
As June the 19th approaches.
I hate that. Juneteenth. Ignorance. You are ignorant. You're just ignorant. Anyway, as Juneteenth approaches, we celebrate with an unveiling in Lafayette Square, Cantrell tweeted. This sculpture is very fitting for this time and place as we celebrate the freedoms that we have gained. What freedoms have you gained exactly? What freedoms did you not have prior to this?
I don't know.
Are you finally you finally be able to raise the city 200 feet above sea level now?
No.
So you're not in a bowl anymore? Oh, well,
no.
then I don't know what you've gained.
Nope.
Quote, we know that it doesn't come without struggles, fights, and protests for 200 plus years. That just goes to show how narrow-minded you are. Well, and ignorant, because slavery been going on way longer than 200 years. And of all nations, that would include your ancestries, going beyond the 200 years.
Yeah, they were the ones that actually enslaved their own people and then sold them.
Right. They were there. It happened.
Mainly for food and livestock.
Right. We seen it.
Well, we didn't see it.
No, but we heard about it.
Yeah.
I think. Cantrell said the city is spending $7.2 million to recognize, quote, local black and brown artists. And their artwork will be displayed around public buildings in New Orleans.
Great. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing that. Why the giant hair pick, though?
Oh, no. I don't know. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. Of all the things that you could have picked,
Yeah.
no pun intended,
Right.
you go with that. Why? Like, and then you title it, what is it? All things for all people, or what did it say? All power to all people.
Right.
Well,
right. Yeah. You're not using. So first off, it's a black hair pick, and it's using the black power symbol.
yeah, that's pretty much an isolated thing.
Like
It's
the fist shooting up into the air is black power, specifically from the Black Panthers in that time
Right.
period, in that era. That has nothing to do with all people.
no, that's actually very
Racist.
specific demographic.
It's very specific and very racist.
Right. So
And it's not, so once again, it's not all power to all people because, one, you don't want all power to all people. You want some power to some people that make you feel good.
right. Because why not? I mean, it fits their motif, their agenda, it fits everything that they need. Why would they not want
I don't
to?
know. I don't know. It's like if you really wanted to say all power to all people, wouldn't you just have an American flag out there?
You would think.
All right.
You would think.
Right. I mean, it makes sense to me.
It does to me too, but you know, what do I know?
Right. I'm just
I'm just a white guy. Yeah. However, not everyone saw the gigantic hair pick as breathtaking.
Right.
And that includes a lot of black folks. The Fearless host, Jason Whitlock, quote, imagine being a mayor of a major city spending money on a monument that depicts the accomplishments of black people and deciding on a hair pick. They would recall a white mayor for demeaning us. Instead, y'all shout,
Yes, queen,
and pretend nothing is wrong. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's not. It's not even wrong.
There's nothing wrong about it.
Absolutely correct.
Arthur Darrell B. Harrison,
Ooh, okay.
quote, because we all know how important it is for my ancestors to keep their afros looking tight during those struggles and fights and protests.
Right?
He's got a point.
Right? You got to be looking tight, bro.
Word to your homies.
Sure.
The Hodge twins. Gotta love those guys.
It's really
The best their artist came up with was a black power hair pick sculpture. You can't fix stupid.
right.
He's not wrong.
Also not incorrect. This.
Not even a little bit.
Oh gosh.
It fits very well, I think.
Yeah, it really does.
Let's see. Former congressional candidate Barrington Martin. That's a hell of a name.
That's a name, bro. The second?
I am Barrington Martin the second.
They didn't even go with Junior, man. Look at you. Well done.
With a name like Barrington, you can't use Junior.
Right. It's very true. But like Barry J.
No, yeah. He said, embarrassing. This is sick.
Yeah.
Singer Vinnie James. These Democrats posed in front of a giant Afro pick. An Afro pick. This is how they celebrate the freedoms black people have gained? I'm in hell, right?
Well,
You gotta. I mean,
yeah, no, not yet.
I don't argue with you at all. And
Technically, not yet.
I feel I've been there for a long time.
It's been a long, long time.
Writer Rod Dreher.
Who?
Rod
Uh-huh.
Dreher.
Okay.
The city
Dreher.
Dreher. The city of New Orleans just unveiled a giant sculpture of an Afro pig. This is a joke, but it's not supposed to be. How humiliating for the city that it has given humanity so much great culture. And that's true.
Yeah.
Like that's incredibly true. Like of all of the stuff that's gone down, they turn around and that's
where you're going to go?
Really?
Come on.
Okay. Writer Ellen Carmichael.
Uh-huh.
Quote, as New Orleans infrastructure crumbles and innocent people are being gunned down daily, Mayor LaToya Cantrell unveils a giant black power hair pick in historic Lafayette Square. Her awful leadership is absolutely devastating for those with a history and love for this city. And she ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. So, there's that. Many online commentators noticed that the statue resembled a large Afro hair pick from the comedy movie Spaceballs. I am not going to lie.
Missed that one.
No, I saw it too.
Did you really?
I did. And it made me giggle. Because they turn around and like, nothing yet, sir.
Oh, yeah, that one.
No.
Yeah, the one that they're dragging through the...
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the ace pick. Yeah. The combing the sands.
You're going to comb the sands.
I remember combing the sands. Have you found anything? We ain't found shit.
Nothing yet, sir.
Surrounded by assholes.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm just saying. Last week, Cantrell unveiled the a peace roll or peace pole.
Pole.
I'm sorry, pole.
Like a pipe.
Gross. It was sponsored in part by the Tupac Amour Shakur Foundation, an organization associated with the former rapper.
Shut up.
What?
Shut
What?
up.
What?
Shut up. Same place that keeps releasing Tupac albums even though he's been dead for 20 years.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, yeah, but he wrote so many things and they all represent today. No, you guys are synthesizing his voice. Stop it.
But they did. He's there. He's alive.
No, he's not.
But he is.
It's dead.
He's dead. No, he's not. He's just waiting for another. He's like Elvis. He's getting ready to come back.
He and Biggie.
No, Biggie is dead.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry.
I seen
You're
him,
right.
I seen him struggling to carry that casket. Trust me. His joke is going. His ship has sailed.
He'd been done, son.
I guarantee you that even if he had made it by, Sean Combs made sure he was dead shortly after.
Because that's a lot of money for Sean.
Oh, absolutely.
P. Diddy Combs.
Yeah, P. Diddy been making money. He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
I don't need you no more.
He's got like 14 kids, so he needs them. He needs the monies. Anyway, Disney
Oh, dear God.
made that stupid ass ripoff movie. Buzz
Hold on,
Lightyear,
hold on. Can
the
you-
high school years.
Can you call it a ripoff, though? Because it was their movie to begin with. You
Yes.
can't rip off your own stuff.
That was a Pixar original.
But Pixar's owned by Disney.
Now, it wasn't originally.
They worked on it together. The movie was worked on together.
Fine.
In the beginning. And then Disney
Fine.
went, wow, we actually have got something good here. And they bought Pixar so they couldn't stand on their own.
Fine.
They didn't want to share anymore.
Disney's latest movie, Buzz, a high school biopic.
The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years. To infinity and my pants.
It's American Pie 2. A cosmonaut story.
Yes, sir.
Because that's actually what I feel like, based off of what I've heard, the little bit of clips I've seen of it, the stills and everything else. I feel like that's exactly what it is. It's
Space Troopers, an animated series.
well, I feel like it's Toy Story meets American Pie.
It can be. You could consider that.
Minus Stifler. That's it. There's no guy walking around here trying to be like overtly dirty. Everything else is there.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And no Stifler's mom.
Right. No Stifler's mom.
And that's sad.
Yeah. Anyway, the movie flopped.
No, what?
Yeah, completely flopped. It's
Buzz
died.
Lightyear.
Buzz has
his origin story has flopped.
Yes.
What?
He ran out of batteries.
I never understood.
He set his phasers to stun, and it was just a flashy light.
I never. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to word this properly. Who at Disney thought that of all of the characters, of all of the things to do backstories on, and I know they got the idea to do these back kind of stories because they've been having such successes with the Star Wars stuff. Have you watched Obi-Wan?
No, not yet.
It's actually really good.
Is it? I've been waiting for I've been waiting for them to finish.
I know. I've been wanting to too.
I'll just watch it all at once.
I've been wanting to. I couldn't help it. I had time and I went, oh my. Oh my.
Well,
anyway.
hello.
Well, hello.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Anyway. So I of all the things though, of all the creatures, all the characters,
Yep.
Buzz Lightyear, who might I remind you, in the story Toy Story,
Right.
is an action figure.
Right. And they decide to make a real movie out of the thing that's an action figure.
Yeah, but he's an action figure of a fake movie. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
they decided to make that
The real movie.
real?
Yes.
No, except that they didn't, it's not real. It's still Buzz Lightyear the toy, not the character.
But it's not. Because
it's not.
It's younger years.
But it is.
Right. But it's not because it's also a different voice.
But
Well, as I walk down the metal road with all but 40 pounds, all in a belt around my waist, the cutthroats to confound. No sharp-eyed rogue would rob me, no vagabond likewise, and I bet my hide I'll win the bride with a flashing bright blue eyes.
Well, the first I met was a tinker with gold rings to sell. Each one cost a tenner, but some looked twice as well. And I said that's lucky for me, and parted with some cash to take a golden wedding band to my deserving lass.
Well, as I walk down the metal road with all but 30 pounds, all in a belt around my waist, the cutthroats to confound. No sharp
This is Defenders Live.
I mean, you're right. It is considered a, quote, Toy Story film,
Yeah.
right? But it's not.
It's this really weird.
It's not Toy Story.
No. It's
So
not Toy Story.
It has nothing to do with Toy Story.
And so you're making up a character that.
It's like it's like what they did was they decided they took the cartoon that, not the cartoon, the commercial that was ran for Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
In the background of Toy Story, and they decided to make a whole story out of that.
Yeah. Which I think.
Now, by the way, they've done a series before this.
Of.
A Buzz Lightyear series. They had a cartoon series for a while that was just like Buzz Lightyear, and it was the cadet.
Oh, I think I remember that.
But anyway, so this is now the movie version of the cartoon series, basically, that was originated from the commercial from the original movie.
Right. This is like, what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception?
Inception, yeah.
Where it kept going
It's
deeper and deeper.
different levels, yeah. It's all,
yeah, the deeper levels of stupid. That's where I feel like we're at right now.
That's where we're at, yeah. And so one of the biggest things that was happening was they decided that they wanted to make a statement politically with the movie. They wanted the movie to have a statement behind it. They wanted it to not just be a children's movie about Buzz Lightyear to sell toys.
Why would you want to do that?
Because that's what everybody does. Instead, they wanted to make it something about the LGBTQ community and all the rest of it. So they decided that they were going to stick a couple same-sex kissing scenes, etc., in the movie. Now, mind you, every movie has at least one same-sex kissing scene.
All movies do now, yeah.
Every single one of them now.
It's just irritating as hell to me.
See, whatever.
No, it's irritating.
I'm over it now.
I'm not. I'm not going to ever be over it because I'm the guy who's not a fan of it when it happens heterosexually.
Right.
Like
you don't want it in the first place. If it's in an action film, you don't want it there.
I don't want it there. If you're going to do something like that, then you need to keep it isolated to
romance.
Your rom-coms, your, romance chick flicks, whatever. Keep them in those
Or at least
things.
call it a romance action.
No,
an action romance.
Well, no, because that sucks too, because then I'm stuck having to decide how bad do I want to see
the action portion.
Portion of this movie.
Well, at least you have a heads up.
Well, no, it's true for warning purposes, I guess.
Yeah, you have a heads up. Like, this is an action romance. What do you mean? Well,
there's a potential for you to see some people kissing.
PDA will happen in the video.
Because I'm sorry, but Top Gun was the old one, the original.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a fantastic movie? The part that ruined it was "Take My Breath Away" scene.
I agree.
It ruined it. It completely ruined it. There was no purpose in it at all.
Just like, random sex scene. Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't.
We're going to throw some steamy sex in here.
But we're not going to show anything, but we're going to make it look like they're doing something in it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't.
So the problem is that, all the major countries said no to it.
You don't say.
Yeah, China said no.
They're not a fan.
They don't want it. The Indians, no. The entire Middle East,
no. Yeah.
We don't want it. Why? Because it has a lesbian kissing scene. And they
Shocker.
They did not want to take it out of the movie for those countries.
Oh, but they did.
No, they didn't.
No, they did. They are actually going to take it out.
No, it's been banned. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so they just went, okay.
They tried to do that. They tried to take all the stuff out and still resulted in 14 Asian and Middle Eastern countries banning it.
Oh, okay. So they just said, to hell with it. We're going to leave it there and screw it. Yay. Isn't that great? That's great. I'm happy. I've never been more happy.
And they did this specifically for the Florida Parents' Rights in Education legislation, otherwise known as the Don't Say Gay bill. That's why they intentionally put in a kissing scene between two women, which, by the way, are cartoons, so it's just two cells getting closer together. At the same point, Two blobs of art getting closer together. But still.
Why is it so important? I really don't understand this. Why is it so important to expose children to this?
Because they have to.
No, but if
they
you
have to, just like they have to be allowed to kill children before they become
then
children.
Why did that dude from the first story of the first hour who got arrested for the child porn and sleeping with the boys and stuff like that in Hawaii, why is he in trouble then? Why is he in trouble for exposing arguably children to the exact same level of the filth that they're being exposed to by the state? And that's supposed to be, that's okay.
Okay, it's not the same level.
Really?
Kissing is not the same level.
I'm talking to, I was referring mostly to the whole don't say gay bill and, the whole
okay.
parents' rights thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I was going back to that little correlation. How is it that the schools can sit here and teach this stuff at a much more aggressive magnitude than this?
Right.
And yet this guy in Hawaii is now going to be in jail and labeled a sex predator.
Well, because he actually physically touched a person.
No, but what's the difference?
I mean,
what's the difference?
Physical touch and also distribution of porn. I don't know, of a child, maybe.
Doesn't, but if you're exposing them to it as a child, what does it matter?
Right. If you're trying to, just like going to a gay, it's just like going to a gay pride parade. I'm sorry, but you go to a gay pride parade with your kids, you take them there. What are you going to see? You're going to see people in BDSM, half clothed, wearing things like dildos, exposing their nudes.
Which shouldn't be a thing anyway. Like if you want to,
that's a norm for gay pride parades.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying it shouldn't be.
And a lot of the times, it's guys doing it.
No, I know.
It's the guys, okay? It's the men's. Why? Because they feel like they can.
Because they can.
Ladies expose the boobs. Guys expose literally the only thing that they have to keep covered.
Yeah. And it's fun, I guess.
Apparently to them.
Allegedly. I don't know.
That sort of debauchery is being pushed as you should be proud of it. You should celebrate that. No, I'm not going to celebrate that. I'm not going to be proud of that. I'm not going to take my kids to a parade where they literally get their eyes abused by pornography.
Yeah. Well, if we can do a parade like that, do you think we can do a parade for what I make in the bathroom after I have my morning coffee?
Yes. I
would argue that's less filthy.
I mean, at least you flush.
At some point.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
You flush it down, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get that one record-breaking.
Oh, yeah.
Send that around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway.
Got to take a picture of that one.
I do, of course.
Right.
I mean, you have to. It doesn't. There's no proof.
If you don't have recordings of it.
Right. So there you go. There was a deadly shooting in Alabama church on Thursday. But it could have gotten much worse had it not been for the heroics of an elder churchgoer.
Well done, sir.
I think this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Man attended a Boomers potluck dinner gathering at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church in Birmingham suburb of Vestavia Hills around 6 p.m. on Thursday. According to the police, the man who had attended services at the church in the past allegedly introduced himself to the churchgoers as Mr. Smith.
Oh, Mr. Smith. Hi.
Mr. Smith.
Hello, Mr. Smith.
Hello. And what's your business here, Mr. Smith? Okay. The man sat at a table by himself, according to the Reverend Doug Carpenter, who was a pastor at St. Stephen's for 30 years before retiring in 2005. The church members reportedly invited the man to sit at their table and offered him a plate of food, but he declined. Soon after, the man pulled out a handgun and opened fire. During the church shooting, gunman killed 84-year-old Walter Rainey, 78-year-old Sarah Yeager, and an unarmed 84-year-old woman, according to a statement issued by the Vestavia Hills Police Department on Friday. However, the carnage would have been far worse if it had not been for the bravery of one parishioner. An unidentified churchgoer in his 70s at the potluck dinner purportedly incapacitated church shooter by bludgeoning him and then apprehending the armed man. Quote, he hit him with a folding chair and wrestling him to the ground, took the gun from him and hit him in the head with his own gun.
Yes, sir.
That, according to Carpenter. Churchgoer.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bruh.
This is what the guy did. This is what the guy looked like afterwards.
He got up.
Yeah, that was the spot on his eye is obviously where he got pistol whipped.
Dear God. Holy cow.
Good job, sir. I'm just saying. Good job, you know?
Anyway.
Anywho.
Wow.
Yeah.
Captain Shane Ware of the Vestavia Hills Police Department said the brave churchgoer was, quote, extremely critical in saving lives.
Yes,
quote.
he was.
Quote, the person who subdued the suspect, in my opinion, was a hero.
I agree.
According to Ware. District Attorney Danny Carr later identified the suspect as Robert Findlay Smith. Smith, who was 70, was arrested and charged with capital murder, according to the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. Gunn's mugshot released by the Jefferson County Jail shows the suspect with a large black eye as well as injuries to his nose and forehead.
That's what we just showed you.
Smith's motivation for the church shooting is unclear at this current reading. Carpenter said that the shooting, quote, doesn't make sense, end quote, and asked, quote, why would a guy who's been around for a while suddenly decide he would go to a supper and kill somebody, end quote. Carpenter said of Smith, quote, he was kind of distant and very much a loner, end quote. The Reverend Rebecca Bridges, associate rector at St. Stephen's,
Damn near killed her.
held an online prayer service for the church's Facebook page on Friday morning. Bridges prayed for the victims and the church members and for the shooter. Quote, we pray that you will work in that person's heart, Bridges said, and we pray that you will help us to forgive.
Now, when they say things like pray for the victims,
Mm-hmm.
the victims are dead.
Yes.
Praying for the victims doesn't help.
No, you're right. It doesn't.
Praying for the family, okay, but they're already dead.
One might say that ship has sailed.
Literally, your prayer has no interception here. Before you even think about praying,
The damage is done.
they'd been dead. I'm not saying it's a nice thought. You know, whatever. You take a minute, remember them. It's great. I'm cool with this.
But
we're saying a prayer for for the victims. Well, 3 victims that you had were dead. They're dead.
yeah, there's nothing about them to pray for.
You can't pray for anything else. You can pray for their families. That's great. You can pray for their friends and all the rest of it. The rest of it's fine. I'm just semantics, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Semantics.
I know.
It's one of those things.
You're just in a mood.
You
That's
can't
all.
pray for the dead.
You're just in a mood. It's okay.
They've already met their maker,
Yeah, like I said.
right? I mean, it's already there.
They're there.
Yeah. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. That's what we're told.
Yeah, it's kind of there.
It's where we're at. So it's how it's written. 2 of the top Democratic Party heads, the Vice President Kamala Harris and the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, claim that advocating for abortion does not mean that a person is abandoning their religious faith.
I'm going to agree with that.
Okay.
I'm going to agree with that.
You are?
Mhm.
All right.
You know why?
Okay.
You want to hear my reason why?
Sure.
Because let's just be
Mm-hmm.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Farmers.
imperfect. What?
farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Thank you.
No, we're imperfect creatures,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We all screw up. We all have something we struggle with.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it's lying. Some of it's sexual immorality. Some of it's what I mean. You name it. It's,
Sure.
we
Everybody has their thing.
Everyone struggles with something.
Right.
They just happen to struggle with being okay with people killing children.
I mean, that's one of their struggles.
Yeah. Well,
Their other one is having a bunch of sex.
I don't think Nancy Pelosi has had sex ever.
But well, I mean, she
Well, no, it's not true. She had at least
had
once.
it at least once because she had a kid.
Yeah. I don't think she's had it since then.
Can't touch this.
Do. Won't touch this.
Don't touch this.
But I think that everybody struggles with something, and you can struggle with it and still not have abandoned your faith. Having said that, it is argued that if you knowingly abide in said sin, then you could be seen as
Abandoning the faith.
abandoning it. Yeah, because if you're not going to accept that part of it, then you can't accept any of it.
Right.
And that's the kind of the going.
And that's where that's where I disagree with it, because it's, if you're saying advocating for abortion, which means telling people that it's okay to kill their unborn child,
Yeah.
you're saying that's okay. That's not struggling with your sin.
No, and I agree.
That's not struggling with it. That's you
I understand.
stepping out in front and trying to convert other people into doing it. So that's not just you struggling individually. That's you now trying to change another person's away from what their faith may be. Does that make sense?
Okay, no, I will.
If you're advocating,
You're-
you are trying to get somebody to agree.
You're trying to cause people to go astray.
Right,
I
you
will
are
give you that.
Pulling people astray.
I was actually coming at it. I was.
You were just
unconsciously-
thinking about the regular.
Yeah, I
person.
wasn't doing the advocating part.
Yeah, you were just. Yeah, but they're saying advocating.
And I will give you that. With
Okay.
advocating
Is
right,
different.
That is very different.
It's
That
very
is
different.
an intentional
Yeah,
decision.
not only just decision, but it's an intentional pushing away from the faith.
Right.
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 On Friday afternoon at the Dulles Airport in Virginia, Harris was asked what the Biden administration would do if the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Harris said the following, quote, convening folks around many sectors of just who we are as a society
That's not an answer.
is what she's been doing, including constitutional scholars and faith leaders. She then said, and you know, for those of us of the faith, I think that we agree, many of us, that there's nothing about this issue that will require anyone to abandon their faith or change their faith. It is simply saying that the government should not have the ability to decide what an individual does with her body. Let her make that decision with her pastor and her rabbi or whoever else she consults. But it should not be the government making that decision.
Okay. Two things. One,
Okay.
you're right. You're right.
It should not.
It should not have been. But I would also argue, one, it shouldn't be that way going in the opposite direction in your favor either.
Yep.
Roe v. Wade no.
Planned Parenthood should not be getting federal funding.
There's all kinds of
At
little
all.
issues there that's not.
There's a lot of
right.
connections there that's not cool. Like,
And again,
they should have to fundraise. They should have to charge for their services. Why? Because it's an elective service.
Right. But I agree the government should not be doing this. However, this is not what this is. Okay, you could sit here and say that, the government doesn't have a right for someone to make a decision of their body. Then explain to me what the hell happened during COVID.
Yeah.
When you sit there and mandate it and ostracize people because they were not going to get
Follow the rule.
jab
Yeah.
as you wanted.
Yeah. They're not going to follow your rules, so you're just going to force everybody out, destroy our economy.
People lost jobs. There was all kinds of things that had gone awry, and you're going to turn around and be like, oh, well, that's no.
Nope.
You can't have one side and have it and try to block it the other way. Everybody gets everything or nobody gets anything.
Right.
Like, that's how it should be.
Yes.
You jackass. I just can't with people today.
She then went on saying, quote, "We're very concerned about the degradation of the rights of privacy
Oh, now
and
you're
what
worried
that
about
will
that?
mean beyond the right to have access to abortion."
So now you're worried about the right to privacy. Yeah, no worries about any other rights of privacy or free speech or anything else until suddenly it becomes beneficial to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nancy Pelosi went a different way.
of course she did.
She went a little bit different way. She says, it's not just about terminating pregnancy. So these same people are against contraceptives. They're against family planning. They're against in vitro fertilization. It's a blanket thing, and they use abortion as a front man for it
That's not true.
while they try to undo so much.
See, you're a liar.
Yes.
'Cause
We
you know
but
that's
we
not
already
true.
know that.
You that's not, and that's the part that's not true, and that's the part that pisses me off.
It's like they're just trying to terminate everything. No.
No,
We just don't want you killing babies.
I don't. We're nothing.
But then again, if you didn't try to push it and you didn't try to make it a government thing and you didn't try to force us to pay for it via our tax money, I wouldn't have anything to say.
Why would anybody be against in vitro? Like I mean, in all seriousness,
Catholics are.
no.
Some of them are.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
very devout, strict Catholics and also Mormons. In vitro fertilization.
Oh, because
is not cool.
you're playing God. If God doesn't give you a child of his own thing, then you don't deserve it.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Right. Because you are now, like, when they say family planning, that's what they're talking about.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah. I mean, that's it. By the way, giving the morning after pill is not family planning.
no.
Can we just,
Yeah, that's not family planning.
that's contraception.
yeah.
It's very different.
It's not planned if it's.
If you
oops.
have to get the morning after pill,
it's
it's not a
called Plan
plan.
B for a
Right.
reason. This
It's
means there's no
secondary
planning. It's
You failed.
you failed the first one.
You whoopsed.
Yeah.
Oops, skadoodles.
Things have gone awry.
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Oops, I did it again. That's kind of where
Usually that is where it happens.
that's I know. That's how it goes. So retarded.
Yeah.
I can't with people these days. I really can't.
She says, quote, "What I agree on is that whatever I believe, agree with the Pope on, is not necessarily the public policy, what the public policy should be in the United States, as people make their own judgments, honor their own responsibilities, and attend the needs to their own families." The problem is, okay, so when you say something like that, it sounds good. When you say something like that, that sounds good.
Sure.
Right? I want people to be able to make their own decisions, to do their own thing, to whatever. Except for the fact that for the past 40 plus years, you've been pushing it down our throats.
Yeah.
So you can't go back and say, we just want everybody to be doing whatever they want. No,
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
Yeah, they've been doing it for longer than that. You've been arguing and advocating for the opposite.
For the past 100 years, you've been advocating for the opposite of what you just said. You can't claim that you just want everybody to have freedom. That's what we're all here for. We're here for freedom. No, you're not. You're trying to push an idea that this is freedom. But it's not.
It's all about freedom.
The one thing about the closest to freedom you can get is that there's only so far you can get with freedom before you have to have a responsibility to something.
Right. Right.
You have the right to do all of the things. Yep, all there.
You
But
have a
there's a line.
Yeah.
It's a moral line that you may not have, but it should be there, where eventually you get to a point to where you have a responsibility to do something, and it's going to be counterintuitive to what your freedom is.
Yeah.
And that's why we have laws.
Yeah.
Because there are responsibilities in nature that we're supposed to be following.
Yeah.
To just be good people or just normal people, not even good people. You don't have to be a good person. I don't care if you're a good person or not. I'd like you to be. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be a good person. But to be a lawful person,
Yeah.
it's really not that difficult. But that's where law is supposed to stay. It's supposed to stabilize that line between your freedoms and the rights, the freedoms and rights that you have, and the responsibilities needed to take its place, so you can keep that.
Yeah, you got to be ready to handle the responsibility that comes with it. Like
Right.
as we like to throw around here, it is you have the right to free speech. You can say whatever it is that you want to say.
Right.
I can sit here and look Steven in the face and say whatever I want to. Now, the moment I cross a line and say something that, again, we argue would be, most people would look at as referring to the moral line.
Right. Yes.
Once I cross that, then when he punches me in the mouth,
You deserve it.
it's part of the consequences of the responsibility. That's the price you pay for freedom.
Yep. Because he can say whatever he wants as long as he's willing to take the consequence of what he says.
Right.
Of what he does.
Right.
Of his actions. You have to take responsibility for your freedom.
Yeah. And the problem with it too is fallback is you were talking about that moral line. That in and of itself is I think the single core problem. Nobody has a moral line anymore.
There's no line in the sand.
Yeah, because you're not taught it as a child. Like, that's what happens when you don't have parents, the nuclear family. You don't have mom and dad both at home. When
Yep.
you don't have guidance, when you're not raised, when children are being taught by the schools and the state, you're not going to have a moral line. At least not the one that you should have to be a free functioning human being.
Yeah, in a free functioning society.
Right. Because all the schools and the state's going to do is teach you how to be dependent.
Yep. That's all it is. You get to be another cog in the wheel.
Isn't it great to be the cog?
No.
I don't know why I like saying cog, but I do.
It's really close to another word.
No, actually, it's not that. It's. I think because every time I say cog, I think of Spacely Sprockets from the Jetsons.
Yes, it's so good.
Which is exactly what it is, but they call them sprockets, and then that makes. And I love the word sprocket too, and
So
I don't
you
know
do
why.
cog and sprockets.
I know, and it's
Spacely sprockets.
Spacely Sprockets.
Become another cog in the wheel there.
Right. Because that's exactly what George Jetson was.
Yep.
I thought it was great.
It was good.
So, all right, guys, we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.